What is going on, everyone? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a live video. Now, I am currently live on a couple of different platforms. Not too sure how this is going to work out or if my internet bandwidth is going to be able to support me being live on this many places. So, I'm going to rely on you guys' feedback so that way I know what's happening. Whether or not if I do need to just stop the live and just go to one place or if I can continue. So let me just see how everything is going right now. Let me refresh a few things here. Just refreshing my screen on the background here. All right, guys, I need your feedback. Am I lagging? Audio, how does that sound? Um, Sounds good on YouTube. All right, appreciate that. What about people on TikTok? How do I sound over there? Sound good? All right. Now my ex folks, how do I sound over there? All right, so it looks like I'm pretty good. So yeah, I guess we could start. So meme token guys, meme token. Now the market is um we're seeing some slight pullbacks here and there in some pockets, and it might be due, just my opinion, it might be due to the hack that happened. Being X recently just got hacked with over like 200 something $1 million, guys. So that was a pretty big hack. Um, so yeah, because of that, some tokens that the hackers stole have some parts of the markets in fear. Like Bitcoin right now is like what 63,000. So it's not too bad as far as a pullback, and we could probably see more correction later on. But who knows? You know, we're still waiting really for rip your face off market, and that's gonna happen only after when Bitcoin surpasses its all-time highs. So once Bitcoin surpasses its all-time highs, majority of the cryptos that you guys see out there, they're gonna be ripping face. So um, I'm definitely excited to be able to see that happen very, very soon, because a lot of these assets that's currently undervalued is going to allow them to have one of the biggest gains. You know, like I did make a quick live stream on TikTok earlier, talking about just like different pockets or different sentiments within the market. And right now, a strong narrative that's starting to be built up is the CTO narrative. And I explained on that live how, how really the makeup of a good CTO, because not all CTOs, because they have CTO in their name, that don't automatically make them a good CTO. Because one thing that you probably need to look at, and I think is very, very important, is how long have they been a CTO? Meaning like how long was the dev team or the person who was running the project, how long have they left? If they just recently left the project and volume is not coming in, then of course it's going to be pretty tough for that CTO. Um, but it is a good thing that if the dev team they left, all the tokens are out, it almost resets the project. Like a good CTO, we're going to use Turbo as the example, as the model, you know. Shiba Inu, we all knew that that was really the first of its kind. Now people, say Doge was a community token as well too, which it is, but it's inflationary. We're talking about just a token that's not inflationary, that is deflationary actually. Um, but Turbo, I think it gives us more, um, I guess, a quicker data as far as the turnaround time. Because with Turbo, the whole story behind them, it was community. Community built by an AI. So essentially, the coding, they asked, you know, ChatGPT about, hey, how to create a contract. Once they got all those preliminary stuff as far as for a token out, then they asked ChatGPT how to pretty much grow a community, and they gave her some tips in here and all this. So it just like very surface level stuff. So after everything got launched, you get the first initial excitement. That's the first phase. You get the excitement. People rush in, start buying the crypto. They start buying the crypto. Then once the initial excitement and people are starting to make money on the project, you're gonna eventually get people selling, taking profits. That's the name of the game. You got to make a profit. So once they make profits, this is the building time as far as the community, the sideways consolidation. So this is when the members within the community put their bootstraps on, they put their boots on and strap up their boot and really start to go to work. Because once you have the sideways consolidation and you're building up your community, in the meantime, the thing that's happening in the background, you have people coming in, you also have people leaving. And it's going to be a constant flow of people coming in, people leaving, and this is why you get the sideways consolidation. Now, the great part about it is, again, the people that are leaving, they're within the community. We're not seeing new tokens being added onto the chart, added onto the liquidity pool, which would not make the liquidity pool unbalanced. That's something that you don't want to see. So the dev teams, there's no dev. In their case, there was like no free token. Everybody had to buy it in an open market, making it very, very secure, and also help the growth of it. So after sideways consolidation, community, more people started seeing the project. As more people started seeing the project, it started reflecting on the chart. Now, some of the people that were buying in here, they took some of the opportunity just to be able to get out. And again, they went back into another consolidation state where more community members started coming in. And as they started coming in as well too, guess what ended up happening? More, more people leaving, new people come in, then you get the next leg up. And with the CTO project, you tend to see like the same type of stair step pattern. You have an up move followed by sideways consolidation, up move followed by sideways consolidation, because you don't have a inflated liquidity pool where new tokens are being introduced that never actually put into the pot. So hopefully that makes sense. Same thing with Nero. They're a CTO as well too. Got the initial excitement, sideways consolidation. Then after sideways consolidation, you get this nice parabolic move on the way up. Then after that happened, you get sideways consolidation. Then guess what ended up happening? They got a Binance listing, and that just pretty much sent it. So that's the makeup of it. Now, same thing for Roy and Kitty. Roy and Kitty is a CTO. Had the initial excitement from Keith Gill. Once Keith Gill really stopped being active, then you started getting people taking profits. So now you're seeing this sideways consolidation. Once this sideways consolidation ends, it's going to also have a next leg up to be able to go to the moon. Now, I see somebody said, can I look at Garley Network? What is that? Well, it's a network, or is there a token, or is it called Garley Network? Let me see. And as you guys are coming in, and I am going to do another space tonight at 6:30 ish or 7. I want to say 7. Yeah, I'm gonna do another space at 7. But Garley Network, let's take a look at that. And if you guys have any tokens that you want me to look at as well, definitely just drop it down in the comment. I'll do my best to be able to take a look at it, give you my thought, my opinion about it. And I like doing these live too because the reason why is I get to see new tokens that I never heard of. And if something catch my interest, yeah, I'll be able to invest into it. So Garlinet, Gari. This one. It's on Sol. I'm assuming it's this one. So it got a $3 million market cap. Wow, it has 2.84 million holders. Is that right? That's a lot of holders. Look at the 1 week. It's been on a downward trend. So what's the story behind this? Was the tokens like just pre-minted, or is it inflationary, deflationary? Yeah. So depending if this token is like producing like a big team, if they have a boatload of supply that they're using for operation, then this is common for a token like this, depending. So I guess my question would be to you is what's your long-term play on this? Is this a long term or is it short term? Because anything like with the team that they're building and they need the um like the funding or anything like that, then the chart would look something similar to that. Unless if they have some type of revenue coming in for them. So if they have no revenue coming in, then the only form of revenue that they're gonna need, or not need, but the only form of revenue that they're gonna produce is selling tokens. So different tokens with different strategy. Now, if they have like a forward-looking event coming up, then that could be a nice swing trade that most people could take. Because with the forward-looking event, it's pretty much buy the rumor, sell the news on those type of tokens. Now, another token that I did see started having a recovery, right, is the Chinese Pepe. Now, same thing with the Chinese Pepe. Now, they do have um, a bulk of the supply as well too. So that's my only caution. Like whenever like looking to try to buy this meme, because that's one thing about it. Like when it comes to crypto, you really can't trust. You know, you could. You, I guess their results would have to be what you go off of. Like I myself, I couldn't. I don't trust any team. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's hard for me to trust teams because that was like ingrained in me in the stock market. Like, don't trust the CEO of the company. Like, even with the Enron, Enron, I think that's the name of the company that went bankrupt. Like their CEO, the day that they crashed and burned, he was on television talking about, "Yep, Enron was strong. It was steady. You know, we're gonna be here for a long time." And literally the next day, and this is the stock market, they just did a straight rug pull. See Mog. Now I'm not gonna lie, this token, I heard about it during the bear market. Never thought it was gonna do this. You know, let me go to the weekly again so that way you guys can see. That's too much worth of, yeah. Like during the bear market, I've seen different YouTubers mention it before, but it was like, yeah, maybe just another meme token because at the time there was really no activity within the market. Um, and this is like one of those hidden gems that was just out there. I mean, it was at a $12 million market cap, $14 million market cap, but to see it go like close to a billion, like it, uh, that's a nice parabolic move. Now I even see people start talking about this right here. Kate currently at a $19 million market cap. All right, so let's change this to a 1 day. Yeah. Anytime you see like straight green candles, it is gonna have pullbacks. So don't really know the much story about this one, but other than that, you do see some influencers are talking about it. So how long will it pull back before it actually make a bounce? But a lot of these meme coins, they pop up. You see influencers are really heavily talking about it. You know, they initially talks about it, then afterwards it craps. Even I think the one of them was called Bow. That was like heavily influenced. Um, like a lot of influencers talked about it. The Bow. That's when around like the Chinese meta, and that was very short lived. Let me find it. Let me go to their. I'm gonna find it on their Telegram because I think I might still be on their Telegram. Okay, so it's BIAO. I don't know if you guys remember them. Like they now they turned into CTO as well too. I want to say like the dev or whatever end up leaving. Um, yeah, so a lot of these new meme tokens, like they're here for a good time and not a long time. Like you see this straight up straight down. Like selling like this, it just tells you it's insiders. Like this, that's what it means on the chart. Either it's a rug pull or some insiders. Because a chart should never look like this because the way that the liquidity pool is set up as far as with the code, it's supposed to keep the chart looking balanced. And over time, it would infinitely go up. And the way that that would work is when the initial pool is set up, if the ratio as far as with the tokens that's currently in there, as long as no new token is added, it's not going to mess up the overall charts. Now, granted, if everybody decide they want to sell, then of course it's gonna look like this. But most project, everybody is not gonna want to sell, you know, because most people would like to make life changing money. Some people, because you have different traders, you have day traders who's looking to get in, sell the next day. That's one type of trader. You have swing traders who would swing it for maybe a few months just to try to get a bigger return. Then you also have long-term investors who see the vision of whatever crypto project, and they're looking to try to hold it, you know, for maybe a few years. Me, I fall in the category of, I would say more of a, like between long term. I guess there's no in between. It's long term for me because like all the plays that I have, with the exception of two tokens that I sold, I'm talking about like cashed out completely. I did sell my Ordi. That was a 40x, and I also sold my Sats, and that was about a 30x as well too. I sold those to get into Cat 20. Now that's the next. I think that's gonna be pretty good as well too because now you could even inscribe on dot swap. Yeah. Somebody asked what happened to unification. Um, Nothing happened to unification. Like they're not vocal. They're not saying what's happening. There's always some type of delay, or they still I mean it's going on what almost 2 years now, and they said that I forgot the product called, but they said that that's gonna come out soon. So again, too much delays. Um, and unfortunately for a small project, they do not have the grace to be able to be like, oh, we're developing. I still hold all of my fun token. I haven't sold a thing. Hopefully they turn it around as far as like with how they are running their token. But yeah, yeah. Turbo. I like I'm telling you, Turbo is gonna get to like a 20 or even more $20 billion market cap because the structure of the token, the narrative, the traction, the community, it definitely has the making of yeah, it's gonna be up there. So I definitely like Turbo, and this is why I said for me, when it comes to Roy and Kitty, the way that we're modeling um, Roy and Kitty after Turbo, as far as with how the community is handling it, this is part of the reason why we've been able to see the type of success we have. But again, it's the same like until Turbo's pattern is is the same from beginning. Up move, sideways consolidation. Up move, sideways consolidation. Up move, sideways consolidation. Now you have this super up move right here. And now currently sideways consolidation. Once it breaks sideways, it's gonna have another crazy up move. Um, where I believe this, like it, if a token had to give Shiba Inu run for its money, some people think it's Pepe, um, which I don't really know what Pepe is building, um, but I think Turbo would come close. Yeah, yeah, Turbo. Like I've been bullish on Turbo. Once I found out that when once Crypto.com lists Turbo, that was the first time I heard about it. And then when I looked into it, I was like, "Yo, this actually has pretty nice potential." You know, the thing is, I still never bought anything um, because I was waiting for the price to get even lower. Yes, I was greedy in my entry. I thought we were gonna maybe get sub below, 100 million market cap, and at that time, that's when I was really gonna be able to get in. But that Binance listing just it messed it up for me. Um, Definitely still have time. It's but I do not like buying in high areas like this, even though because one thing about buying a token on the high end, you're less likely to be patient enough because if you're buying at the top right here, you know, at the top right here, now any slight pullback, you're going to be feeling it, especially if you sinked in a lot of capital into it. Some may say, like, well, you could just take a starter position. Yes, I could take a starter position, but it's not buying at a support area. Like what I'm telling you guys, when it comes to because I got I over the years, I've been wrecked so much in different cryptos to the point where I had to create a plan, a structure for me. If I deviate from it, I'm gonna be a mess. Like as far as like watching the screens, um, pulling out my hair, just yeah. So for something like this, I gotta patience, patience on my entry because that's the only thing that you have control of. Like once you click the buy button, everything else is out of your control as far as what direction the crypto goes. You know. So for me, it would have to be around the support area or at least close to support area. So hopefully, this don't continue to keep going and we get a stronger pullback and I could get in somewhere around like a $250 million market cap. You know, $250 million market cap. I don't know if it's gonna ever get there, but anything could happen in crypto. So I would rather get a great entry versus not getting a great entry and missing out on the play because some people are like, well, I bought it here and now it's at a 10 billion dollar market cap. Well, my response to that is like, okay, well that's good for you, but if you play the odds and you're gonna do this, 10 times, you're gonna get wrecked a couple of times before the one time does not justify me breaking or creating bad habit for myself because the bad habits, and this was going to happen because a lot of people do this. They make money on one crypto, use the same bad habit and try to apply it to another crypto and they lose their shirt. So for me, it always have to be, it goes back to, you know, support resistance. You buy low, sell high. That's support resistance. That's pretty much buy low, sell high. You buy the support, you sell at resistance. Yeah, no, definitely. Somebody brought up Turbo, so that's why I have it pulled up. But yeah, 20 20x with some nice capital, that's definitely good. But if we're looking for like the next 1000x crypto, now this right here, I wouldn't. For me, market cap is $3.26 million. I would have to get a little bit more in depth into what is the team doing with their token. What is the game plan with the tokens that they have? Like if I don't know their game plan with the token, and I'm just pretty much buying in blind, you know. So if revenue is coming from the game, from the app, how much revenue? Um, and how much does the team currently have? Because all of that to me is just overhead pressure. Because if the tokens start pumping, is the team going to sell to bring down the token? But this is a lot of holders, like 2.84 million. Did they just like give people token? Because with this much holder count as well as this much market cap, um, like I'm not getting it there. Economy, Web3 social, over 140 million plus app download. So incentivize content. Oh, okay. So that's why. So then they must have a pretty big with 2.84 million holders. Okay, I think I'm starting to see the pictures. See the picture. So 2.8 million holders, then more likely that's about the amount of people I would assume. Or even if we did half of that, just in case someone had like a double account, be but that's pretty good that they do have revenue though. So it's interesting because I need to formulate like a game plan within myself. So I gotta understand the ins and outs because this is to me is not a meme play, meme token. This is a utility token or a token that has that have some type of use to it. So when it comes to utility, you view those a lot differently than what you do a meme token. Meme token is like, okay, we know no revenue, um, but how's the team? Or if it's controlled by a community, how's the community? All right. Why is Shibarium not talked about in crypto article? I did a Google search and not in the top 25 layer 2. I saw people uh Unchained, brand new chain, which is following the steps of Shiba. A lot of it is gonna end up dealing with the team because you got to keep in mind, like the whole ecosystem of Shiba Inu, they do not believe in paying. So if they're not paying for any assets or anything like that, then then yeah, of course, if they're not gonna pay, then it's gonna be up to those platforms that want to cover it. But if the platform is getting paid by other people, then of course they're gonna prioritize the payment first. So to me, that's probably the reason. That's what I suspect. Do you think K9 will support other networks other than Shibarium? I think so. Like, I think it would be smart for them to do it because if you take a look at think Lido, it supports. I want to say it supports Arbitrum as well too. Because the more networks that they're able to support, us K9 investors, the better that's going to be for us. And that's why I say, like, I think K9 could easily become $1 billion. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up the chart. K9. So K9 currently right now market cap is 4.32 million. So it is seeing a rebound. And this goes and this is exactly what I was saying, especially about the girly network. You tend to see charts like this because in order for them to to have a successful product, eventually, if they don't have any revenue coming in, revenue is going to take in a form of selling tokens, whether it's from the pre-sale or early investors. Yeah, you tend to get this, but the recovery end up happening after the product is released. So once the product start, releasing, now you're going to have more use case for that token. Less tokens going to be in supply circulating around. Then now what you start seeing, buy orders that's coming in on a token. Now you're going to start having price skips because there's going to be less tokens available on the open market. So if there's less sellers, then because you got to keep in mind, like on the bid and ask side. So on the ask is someone looking to try to sell it, right? So let's say you have 10 sellers on the ask side. It's going all in 1 to 10. Now, if you start staking away your token, and now let's say half of them decide that they want to stake their token away. So instead of now having 10 sellers, you only have 5 sellers. So these 5 could range their tokens. Some may be like, hey, I'm going to be selling at $1. The next one would be like, hey, I'm selling at $3. So that's what I mean by by price skip. That's what staking and low circulation starts to do with the asset, because less sellers, they're going to be selling at different interval. Versus if you have 10 sellers, one to sell at one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, $10. And if you have 5, you might get them selling at 1, 3, 5, 7. You know what I mean? So that's where you're going to start to see big price skips, because if the 10 sellers were there, the token would have to go from $1 to $2 to $3 to $4. And now with less sellers, it's going to automatically skip and go from $1 to $3. Like, oh crap, this token is going parabolic. And it goes from 3 to 5 or from 5 to 9, depending on how much is currently there. So this is why I always like the staking aspect, because you saw the same thing with ADA uh, going into the bull run of last bull run. About 80% of the supply of ADA was staked away, and that's one of the reasons why I had liked it. I had like ADA, but the chart of ADA, it looked similar to this, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I say, if you just focus only on the chart, you're gonna end up missing out the story or the thing that's gonna make the token go parabolic. Like I'm telling you, for 2 years, Cardano. I say Cardano. Let me see if I could just pull up ADA. I don't think they're gonna show it. All right, will it? ADA. Okay, so this is the. So this only has 1 year. ADA. Let me pull up 4 years. But yeah, like for 2017, 2018, 2019, the chart of ADA guys looks similar to what K9 looked like. And I was just like, yo, this thing is never gonna go up. So guess what I end up doing? I sold at the bottom just to watch this thing go not only past all-time highs, but also do a 100x without me. Like until you get that feeling, you was in an asset, but you got out for a loss, not even making money. You took a L on it, and just to see that asset go 100x, that's not a good feeling. Let's see if I could, if it shows it. It doesn't, but you guys could look it up on some type of chart, but that's how it was. All right, what do you think of Dogeverse? Dogeverse. I heard that before. Wasn't Treat supposed to be released in token 2049? Nah, I never heard of that. I didn't hear that they were gonna release it then. That could have been probably somebody's speculation that that it was gonna be released in, because I think everybody's speculation is that it's gonna get released at ShibaCon because that's the last event for Treat Yourself tour. All right. So is this a meme token or is this a, let's see, what is this token? Nothing. So I don't really say nothing about it. Yeah, so what is it? Is it a meme token? Because if it's a meme token and it's looking like this, first thing that I'm thinking is insiders who got early access, they sold. And if I'm looking at a chart like this, in order for me to want to invest is like, okay, what's the plan? What's going to be the next plan? Like, how are we going to get this token back to its all-time highs? And also, are there more overhead tokens that's still out there? Does the team, do they have more token? I just realized that the chat. So if I haven't gotten to your comment, for some reason I had it on top chat when it's supposed to be on live. So let me refresh that. Escape. Okay. Do you think P Diddy is the creator of Bitcoin? Is that what people were saying? That's crazy. Don't worry about it. What do you think about Crow with Knife? I think I actually own that. Crow with Knife. If it's uh if it's on crypto.com, I think I own Crow with Knife. No, I don't think this is this. This is something else. Crew with Knife. With. This is this it? Okay, yeah, this is it. $28 million market cap. Now, this I like. This is why I invested into it. Um, it's a meme coin, and again, like the structure of how the chart looked. Like a chart will let you know about a project. Well, at least it'll give you part of the answer. I can't say it's gonna 100% give you the answer, but the structure of it, it's a stair step pattern. Like anytime I see a stair step pattern on any chart, then the predictability of that chart becomes easier. Like I don't want to try to I don't want to guess what a chart is going to do because sometimes you'll see different chart. It's like all over the place. It's messy. It's like up here, all the way down here, then back up here. Like I hate a messy chart. I want things simple, because for me, I'm visual. If I could see something, then I'm trying to predict the next movement or the next pattern just based upon this. Look at this. You had an up move, sideways consolidation, and you had this super up move. Now you're in a sideways consolidation. Like, you know, if I had to bet, if I'm a betting man, what do you think would happen after a sideways consolidation? You know, barring any nefarious act or from, a team selling, dumping, doing whatever. I think it's safe to say, like, after the sideways consolidation, Crow with Knife is going to have an up move. So if I'm looking to get into the crypto right now, to be able to try to make, and it's plus it's on the Crow network too, and because there's not that many memes that's popping off on the Crow network. So this right here, eventually investors are gonna go to the Chronos network, and they're gonna look for a top meme. And this is the story that's playing in my head. It's already listed on crypto.com, and as things really start to progress, we're gonna see a big up move on it. I try to keep it as simple as possible as far as like with my thesis, especially for a meme token. The charts, that's definitely gonna play a big part in the meme token. But these are things that's going off in my head. Like, okay, that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, this I love it. Oh, Dogeverse. Yes, I did see that. Yeah, and this is why you guys probably don't see me. I don't really run in packs with different influencers because with the influencer game, because you guys would be surprised how many tokens will come to me asking me to pay me to be able to talk about their token. Like because you pay me, and this is what I always let them know. Because if you pay me, I'm gonna give you guys my honest thought, and I'm never going to sugarcoat it just because you paid me. So obviously, if you're paying somebody, you want to hear good things about your token, and this is why I really don't take that much. I think I only took one paid gig as far as being a content creator because I thought it was pretty cool, and it was on Shibarium, and that was and I it paid me I think like 300 bone because I requested paid bone to do like a project review because the project was solid. It was what's the project called again? Probably was the NFT. Sheesh, my memory. Uh, oh my God, punks. Like she wants. Yeah, they end up leaving and going to base, but initially team solid. Um, and I was already talking about Shibarium projects. Just try to help some of the teams out without charging anything. But they offered, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But they end up leaving. So Inferno will be the next biggest meme coin. Inferno. Let's take a look. Inferno. Is it on Tron? Is it on Blaze? Which one? Pick the one with the biggest liquidity. So let me click the one on Blaze. Yeah, that has the biggest liquidity. $7 million market cap. All right, let's take it down to a 1 day. Is this the correct one, or I'm just looking? Let's see these wicks. I hate seeing wicks. Every time I see wicks, like, what's happening? Somebody said somebody said Sheeb has been the worst investment I ever made. Oh my god. And again, it just goes to market value, man. Like when people look value when everybody else is looking for value. Yeah, that's the sheep. Like a lot of people are upside down and don't realize how long the bear market eventually is gonna recover. But hopefully the lessons that you learned during the last bear cycle will make you prepared for future ones. Because majority of the people they fade an asset when it's in consolidation. That's the opportunity. That's when you're supposed to get in. Consolidation. Like people are buying when they're seeing nothing but green candles. Like that's the sure way to be able to get yourself recognized. And when people say buy the dip, people just say buy the dip, it's falling. No, that's not the dip, guys. This is just the falling knife. You know, like if it's extreme dip, yes, buy it. But what you need to, this is how I learned, and this is what one of my mentors told me, like in the stock market. Your entry, whenever you're entering into an asset, you want it to be calm. And they gave the analogy as far as like a ocean or yeah, like an ocean. Like a lot of times people don't want to get into the ocean when the waves are just raging in, just coming smashing you down. That's not the opportune time. And this right here, like the straight up move, those are waves. Straight down move, these are waves. The time to get in is during peaceful time. People think it's boring. People are not interested. So around those times is when you want to enter into an asset. Now some people FOMO'd in on the green candle again, just straight green candles, and the people who are just buying in, guess what? Now they're pretty much down. Sideways consolidation. Or buying the dip at a support level, key support level. Like when an asset goes straight parabolic, you cannot identify on the chart where is a support. Like you're not gonna find support area. After it goes straight up and it's coming down, like where on the chart that could even give you a signal to say, hey, well, this is a support. Like where is it gonna be able to bounce off of? There's no indication of that, you know. And it's not until after now, someone might hear you can make a justification because it bounced, had another bounce, then it came back over here. You could make a justification of buying. Now, if this does not hold and you put in max position, max size, then once it cracks below this, you got to cut for a loss. You know, you cut it for a loss. Once you cut it for a loss, you wait and you get right back in it after Newport. Then you're getting pieces. But if you knew, and that's just based upon support resistance. Now, there's other methods as far as like time basing. You're basing your trade not based upon price action or support resistance. I think you still should. Most people don't, but I think you still should use support resistance on the time based trade. But for that, I would use support resistance as well as the time frame of the trade. Yeah, like so. Hopefully that helped that person out with Shiba Inu being the worst investment of their life. But guys, just reached the hour mark. I'm gonna end the stream off here. Um, Now, as you guys probably already know, my asset of choice, which I think it already did a 100x for my initial call, but I definitely think another 1000x is not is definitely a reasonable scenario for this token because it is the same makeup like I mentioned. Turbo Hero. Also, you got the sideways consolidation, but up move, sideways consolidation. And now you finally getting this big green candle that's engulfing this candle right here. So it seems like it's signaling for a breakout based upon like structure of the candles. Big engulfing green candle. So let's see, so the candle just have to stay above there by the 23rd. And if it does in new candle form, then this should signal a nice reversal. So especially with this descending triangle, I think that we might be in store for something very special for this. But really, guys, that is all that I have for you today. Random signing off. Peace.